is by Mr. Shiv Kumar from Valtech. He's the head of e-commerce practice at Valtech with 18 years of experience working with top retail brands. He's passionate about e-commerce and digital enablement to retailers. Mr. Shiv Kumar? And ladies and gentlemen, request you all to kindly remain seated as the lunch will not be arranged right now. It's going to happen after the session. So request you all to kindly remain seated here, please. Mr. Shiv Kumar, over to you. And yet again, the lunch will be arranged only after 20 minutes. So request everyone to kindly proceed to the conference area, please. We have a session right now by Mr. Shiv Kumar from Valtech. Request you all to kindly proceed to the conference area and remain seated. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's an interesting situation to be here. On one side I have hungry stomach, on the other side I have hungry mind. I know hungry stomach wins the hands down, so I'll keep it simple and short. Thank you. So, I'm Arival. In this short period of time, I would like to take you through what we have learned and experienced with our marquee world-class customers across the globe. Valtech is a company that delivers multi-channel digital platforms to some of the pretty good brands that you usually recognize. So the key point here is that the commerce has always been customer-centric. It has been driven by customers, be it during the barter system to mobile commerce. So I think the key theme to keep during this brief session is customer is always at the center of it. Now we have mobile e-commerce, but as with any significant worth talking about transformational change, there is always pitfall at the beginning. So the pitfall that e-commerce went through, some of our customers in the West that they went through is they created silos. I think the panel talked quite a bit about the silos that created, but I want to go a little beyond the silos between two different channels. The silos that they created was, to begin with, it's a collection of web page was considered as e-commerce. As panel also talked about not having integrated fulfillment to meet customer expectation is another problem that they created, but we learned, we moved on. With this key learning, let's see what the market says about the expectation of customer. We all know the customer is driving, the consumer is driving the market. The convergence is the key here. What do we mean by convergence? Convergence of digital marketing, convergence of delivery, convergence of content, convergence of platform devices that you want to support. The key point here, unless there is a convergence, it is not going to be driven or used or consumed by your customers. Let's take a look at what market forecast says. As you can see here, 1.5 billion B2C, or trillion B2C worldwide. India is also taking a part in this journey, but mobile is driving it heavily as we know it. These are some statistics. I mean, there are many more statistics that we can talk about. I would call these statistics are generally comes from somebody like me who's armchair theorist. But let's look at what our customers say across the globe. This is what our customers say. Here is what one of our customers in Australia, he says his fashion is into youth, fast-moving fashion. The shelf life is 6 weeks. So his question is, how do I make sure the e-commerce or the digital platform can align to this fast market? Then we have on the other end a luxury customer. Louis Vuitton is our one of the fashion and luxury customer whom we serve across the globe. For them, their question to us is how can they build a luxurious experience across all channels. Louis Vuitton being Louis Vuitton, they are not talking about what promotion I can give, etc. But how can we make sure the experience is luxurious across the channel? More interestingly, it's not limited to retailers. It's not just limited to e-tailers. It is going beyond to what we can call as B2B customers. Let's take a look at what one of our B2B customers said. He said he wanted an e-commerce platform that he can localize in 23 different countries. He wants a global platform, it localized to each of the customers in the 23 countries. So these are some of the challenges our customers faced in Europe, in Northern America. Now, what does this mean for us? As I said at the beginning, it is always customer-centric, which means it's human to human. The challenge ahead of our customer across the globe is always how do they keep a system or device-driven interaction still human-oriented interaction. In our opinion, what does this mean for what we can also call as H2H? Let's forget B2B, B2C, B2E, B2, B2C. It's H2H, human to human. It's all about valuing your customer, what he wants, when he wants, how he wants. Can the platform do it is the key question. And if it can do it, can it be consistent? Can it give personalized content, personalized promotion? Can it be consistent across touch points? Can the interaction be awesome? I mean, can it be, do you want to have a e-commerce site that's built for geek, or do you want to e-commerce site that's built for everyone? It does not end there. Once you make a sales, the platform must support yet the post-sale service. It's still a valid one, it's still a required one, it's still necessary for you to fulfill what is absolutely essential to keep the customer engagement quality very high. We see building such platform in 3 different ways. What are those? Those are audience driven. When I say audience driven, to know who your audience is. There are various types of audience, from young generation to old. There are audience who are B2B customers who buy because that's the job of a procurement officer. On the other hand, a consumer buys apparel or a mobile. So make sure it's audience focused. Then the content. Content, we all know the video, textual, images, a host of other content. But how do you make sure the content is consistent? When you deliver the content on various different platforms, such as mobile, you can't fit everything into mobile as you can fit into a large desktop screen. Or how do you moderate between on one end small aspect ratio of mobile versus a medium aspect ratio of a tablet. So the key here is to have a strategy that enables you to deliver these 3 essential ingredients built into the one. Make sure our customer make sure that we don't build a collection of web pages, but instead we end up building what is really necessary. It's a platform. What do we mean by platform? Platform is a place where you can bring people together to interact. The people could be various business lines within your company, such as fulfillment to merchandising to pricing and whatnot. On the other side, the buyers. Make sure it is driven by the concept of platform, not just a collection of pages. Switching to what we have done so far is just to give a quick overview of what Valtech is. We have been a digital commerce company for last 20 years. We have grown from IT to a commerce leader across the globe. The solution that we have built are the one that allows our customer to engage with high quality interaction and consistently across the channel, across the globe. This is how we do it. We build that using two key strategies. One is the strategy driven by digital marketing. The other side is the technology. Technology is taken for granted, as we all talked. I think even panel mentioned a few minutes ago that technology is taken for granted these days. But what is key is to have it in the mind that it has to be driven by unified system to serve as a platform to customer. I don't want to take any longer than this. I already lost few people by now. So I would encourage you to drop into our stall at number 33. We would be glad to speak to you, to take you through some of the experiences that we have delivered to our customers, brands such as Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Audi, and also some of the industrial gases company that you may consider very unlikely to go for e-commerce. We would be glad to speak to you one-on-one. Thank you.